the song was inspired by. It's kind of, you know how it's family driven. So what happens is like, as in a lot of families, we get into this business of like we get into one car together, like a unit, and like rap groups are kind of like that. I come from.
Yeah, my tutorials, it's not my brand. It's not the brand like I've...
Unajita, right?
Like, okay, like in terms of the personality that I present, even in my tutorials, it's not that like, hey man, it's like, you know, just...
Well, and I kind of feel like Push Start the Key is kind of like it's a third world anthem because sometimes, man, like as in you got little Push Start the Key, man, and I got the same Push Start you got as a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding, man. Like as in you got.
And the lady. Like,
okay, Ujo, don't be putting this part. Any part previous to this, just cut it. All right, let's go. I'm fresh now. All right, Haze, you said you had the script.
Yo, it's your boy Haze. Steezy Manjaro. I love it. It's a song. It's like a song.
Yeah. Yo, Steezy Manjaro.
Steezy Manjaro.
I don't know if I could do
Manjaro or Riot Gear.
So it's like a song. So
Manjaro.
It's your boy Haze. Steezy Manjaro. Riot Gear 3D.
Got it.
I feel like I'll be forcing it. if I try to like do that type of...
Force it.
It's okay, let me put it like this. Like
Force it.
Even inside my tutorials, it's not my brand. It's not the brand like I've...
Unajita, right?
Like, okay, like in terms of the personality that I present, even in my tutorials, it's not that like, hey man, it's like, you know, just...
What's good, man? I go by the name of Young Haze.
Yo, I'm Steezy Manjaro.
And I'm here.
And we're presenting Disrupt the Pill Gives You Push Start the Key by Haze.
Yo, man. So, bro, tell us about the song, man. Like, what's the inspiration behind it? Just from how you approached it lyrically, like what inspired that? What was the concept behind it?
So the song was inspired by, it's kind of, you know how it's family driven. So what happens is like, as in a lot of families, we get into this business of like we get into one car together, like a unit, and like rap groups are kind of like that. I come from like a big legacy of rap groups. You know what I'm saying? So like, as in it's one big family. So it's like, as in when it's time to move, it's time to move. You know what I'm saying? So my big homie P16, shout out to Pyro King 16. He laced me with a beat, and I was like, man, this shit is crazy, man. And like, it's the first time we done stuff in a minute, man. It's been, I think, I don't know how long it's been since BOC put out a record, and I've been kind of labeled as, you know, I come through as a youngin', you know what I'm saying? So, shit. So anyway, what happens is, I was like, man, all my niggas need to get back in the studio and actually lay some dope ass shit, man, and I needed them all to come together, but people weren't pulling together. So I was like, man, hey man, let's get on this record. Let's get on some fire ass shit. So like, this was kind of like the young nigga being like, get in the car. Like, I got in the car first, and man, like, let's make a move. And you know how, like, as in, I know cars is all automatic and stuff. Like these days, especially, man, you gotta push start the key. So it's like, man, Push Start the Key, and I kind of feel like Push Start the Key is kind of like it's a third world anthem because sometimes, man, like, as in you got little Push Start the Key, man, and I got the same Push Start you got as a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not kidding, man. Like, as in you got the same start key as an Aventador, man. So it's kind of leveling the playing field as a youngin', man. So like, as in I'm push starting the key, and I'm like, yo man, let's get in the car, man. Can you imagine?
I'm dead, yo.
Yeah, man, yeah, straight up. So pretty much, man, shout out to BLC for inspiring the record, man. P was all the way all over that record, man. I recorded that over there with him. But shout out to Steezy Manjaro, made the dream happen. Some Riot, Gary Manzir, big on the video. I don't know, man. What else you want to know?
I mean, that was dope what you asked, man.